Welcome, college basketball fans, to the Full Court Press Podcast with LT and Sammy D. This is the podcast that brings you legendary stories from college basketball's golden era and dives in deep with a current analysis of today's game. Get ready for the most energetic and entertaining college basketball podcast around. Let's get it.
Hello and welcome to another Full Court Press, a college basketball coaches show powered by the Full Court Network. Luke Taylor here, back with Sammy D. Don't forget to slam, touch, press the subscribe button to get the Full Court Network. I'm really excited for this one, Sam. I feel like this coach and this team is really boring. They just keep winning. 220-win seasons 2 years in a row. I just don't think that's very fun. But the show will go on. We got Coach Pat Sellers, the man, the myth, the legend, Central Connecticut State, the Blue Devils on the Full Court Press. How are you, Coach?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Good. As you, Coach, you just keep winning.
Now, you know what? Got older guys, man. I've been saying it, all year. We got really an older team. They're mature. They're four-year guys. They've been around for a long time. So it's like having four coaches on the floor with us. So it's been really good. A lot of fun.
Yeah, really strange, huh, Sam, to have older players on the team.
I know, right?
Well, it's the model to win these days, but you're led by a pair of upperclassmen guards. Your guard plays really well with Jordan and Devin. When this team kind of got together in the summer, did you think you'd be in this position right now?
Actually, we were preparing for Lemoyne today. We had our meeting, our film session, and before the film, I was like, guys, if you go back to the summertime, we talked about this being a possibility, the way we defend, we rebound, we're older, and we had this kind of saying, playing chess, not checkers. And because we're so old, we don't, for the most part, they don't get rattled. We work hard. We have teams that come at us, throw different things at us, all type of different defenses or whatever, and we just kind of stay the course. And because we're mature and we play chess, usually good things have been happening for us. And we talked about it in the summer, and it's going all the way through. Now it's March.
Yeah.
Love it.
Now, Sam, did you know it's March?
I did. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So, Coach, you talked a little about that defense. You got stat-wise, you're the 11th best defensive team in the country right now. Is that kind of been your
Yeah, that's good.
I know. Has that kind of been your identity all along? And I know you were 1991 Defensive Player of the Year in the ECC back in the day. So how proud are you of this team's just kind of defensive evolution throughout the season?
Well, I just have to tell everybody my age, 1990.
So what are you, 65? You look good, Coach.
All right.
And my math is awful.
Old school. No, when I was here as a player, we weren't very good as a team. I did get Defensive Player of the Year. And then, as I went on and played in Europe or whatever, I always said I could always get on the court because I could defend. And as I've gone forward in my career, college coaching, we always, the good teams that I've been a part of, we always had high-level defense. So as an assistant here, we were one of the top defensive teams in the country. And when I finally got an opportunity to be a head coach, we talked about it as a staff. Obviously, everybody wants to play great offense, spacing, shooting, and it's not going to happen every game. But you can bring that defense every game. It can travel on the road with you, everything. So we've talked about that since we got here as a group. And, our players buy into it. We really, really lock in these guys because they're older. And we have our terminology, and anytime we bring a new guy in, the older guys can get them up to speed on the terminology. So we have a really good defensive terminology, good athletes, and guys who are smart, good basketball IQ. So it just leads to having a strong defensive team.
Yeah. So it's really interesting when you look back. We're not going to go all the way back to 1991. We're going to go to 2021, 2022. You're 8-24, then you're 10-22. Then you took that jump, 20-11 the next year. Was there a moment where you're like, all right, I got the train going on the right track? Was there a moment in between those kind of the 2022-23 season, the 23-24 season, where you're like, all right, this is where I want it to be, and we're just going to build from there?
And I just gave this whole thing about defense. I'll tell you this. So after the season, after the 10 and 22 year, I was talking to one of my buddies from the Sacramento Kings, and we're just talking, and he was telling me one of the things they do on offense. And he was just like, you got to stop double driving. You can't drive the ball and then drive it again. You don't have enough space. And, actually a light bulb appeared over my head. I was like, oh my goodness. It just woke me up. That little conversation, it was literally right after the season I'm talking to him. So I couldn't wait for our postseason workouts. So we always start postseason workouts after the Final Four. So in my mind, I was like, we're going to implement this in the postseason. So we go that postseason, we had, I don't know, a couple guys looking to transfer in the transfer portal. And my whole thing was, fellas, you guys, I know you're transferring or whatever, but if you want to, I want you a part of workouts because we wanted big numbers in the workouts. I want you part of workouts. Is the only rule with the workouts are you have to be on time, just like you're in the season. But you can be in the workout, shooting, access to the gym. A lot of coaches, when the guys go in the portal, they kick them out of the locker room and all that. We wanted all the guys in for the workouts. And so I implemented the no double drive in that 5 weeks of workouts.
Wow.
And the first day we did it, you can see the guys thinking and like didn't understand what was going on or whatever. And we just stuck with it. And it got so much better. So we go from the spring, they go home for a month, we come back and we have summer school. And now we're having practice. We're having many practices. And we started charting it. We were doing points per possession every time. Every time if we double drove at the end of the summer, it was something like a 0.4, 0.6 points per possession. When we did not double drive and we passed it, kicked it, and moved it, it was a 1.2, 1.3 points per possession. It was so glaring. And we would show the numbers to our guys, and we watched film and show the film to the guys that they jumped on board with it. And we got so much, it opened up the floor so much, got our offense so much better. And our defense was already in a good place, but it just got our offense cooking. So going into that, after that summer, going into that year, we felt really confident. I kept saying, I don't know if we'll be a great shooting team, but I think we could score. And this is year 2 of playing like that. And we shot 48% from the field offensively as a unit. And we still only shot, I want to say 33, 34 from 3. But because we don't double drive as much now, good things have happened for us on offense.
Yeah. Wow.
I feel like I can't figure out your rotation, right? You play a lot of guys.
I don't think he can either, Sam.
Well, you play a lot of guys, a lot of minutes, and I'm trying to figure out how you get so many minutes out of so many of these guys. I mean, last game you played 8 guys more than 10 minutes each. You don't have anybody playing over 30 minutes a game right now. Like, what's kind of the background and the blueprint of how this rotation has unfolded throughout the season?
I think when we keeping guys fresh, it allows us to really, play frenetic on defense. It helps our defense because they're not playing crazy minutes and coasting on defense or going half speed on defense. We want them to play full speed. And so if we get a chance to get guys out, we keep a fresh body on the other team. And it's helped us a lot because we get in the second half late in the games, we're wearing teams out because we keep rotating fresh bodies on guys. And, it probably hurts guys numbers wise, but we got so many unselfish guys that they're all about Central Connecticut, all about the we and not the me. So it helps us as a unit, and they believe in it. They bought it. They buy into it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to get Sam to buy into the we, not the me, but we'll figure that one out here. Yeah. But so it's interesting. So last year you lost to a wounded, battered Wagner in the semifinals. With a team coming back with this much experience, what's kind of the message or the mindset? I mean, I know you're not looking ahead to Le Moyne. It's one game at a time. but how is it different than last year? Maybe just kind of just seeing them in practice and in meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we lived it last year. These guys had a bad taste in their mouth. They played, all summer and during the year, whatever, thinking about, that semifinal game. So now we're back at it again. We got the quarterfinal tomorrow night. So, we said, fellas, we have to, we talk about living in the now. And so game one is tomorrow night. We got to, for 40 minutes, we got to just give the best effort we can, play hard, share the ball, rebound. And we always say good things that happen for us if we defend like that. So that's been the way we've been approaching it. And obviously, in this, we're a win-bid league. So I said to the team, you have to have 3 great nights in March. Hopefully night number 1 is tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we actually tried to put in a good word. We actually, with our other show, College Basketball Weekly, we had someone on the selection committee, and it's a good chance you guys might get 4 bids this year. So just FYI.
That would be great, probably.
Is that kind of? I mean, listen, you've been around the block, and that's you were at DePaul, and what have you, and some other UConn, obviously. Is it a different mindset when you really look at it, when you have to win 3 games over 3 days and it just all matters? Is it just a different mindset, more pressure, more? I mean, in some of these conferences, you could lose in the first round of your conference, the SEC, not mention any names, and make the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, it's definitely a different mindset. Like I was here as an assistant, my first every year coaching college basketball. We were 25-6. We had a 15-game winning streak. We played in the conference tournament and we won. We won 3 straight. We go to the NCAA tournament. So that's all I knew. And Coach Dickerman was the head coach. Steve Piker, who's at Rutgers, was our top assistant. And these guys have been here 4 years, up and down battles and the whole thing. And in the first conference tournament game, they're pacing the floor and they're nervous and this and that. And I'm just like, hey, this is what college basketball is. You're supposed to win 25 games. You're supposed to win 15. You're supposed to win the conference. So I just was loose and free. We won it. We cut down the nets, and I just looked at it like that. And then realized, like, it's really, really hard. And so, I go back to that when I was at my first year and how Coach Dickerman was and how Steve Piker, how those guys were. And, when I think about it, like, they really push these guys over the top to get to that level to win the game. And I was just lucky to be a part of something special. So we feel like we pushed our guys. We've been through some ups and downs, the whole thing the last couple of years. And, like, we are hoping that, it's hardened us, toughened us, battle tested us, that we can, continue to get those three good nights in March.
Yeah.
So 43 wins in the last 2 seasons. How's New Britain reacted to the success you guys have had, and just kind of the student section and like the fans? I mean, have they reciprocated with the success you've put on the court?
Oh yeah, we have great fans. Even when I was a player here, and again, like I said, we weren't great. We weren't very good at all. But because our campus, we got a really nice campus. Our dorms are like literally a 2 or 3 minute walk from the gym. So we lead the league in attendance by far over the last couple of years, because our students just can just roll out of the dorm, come right to the gym, and then there's a bar right off campus that they go to the bar. So everything is in good proximity. So we get a good crowd.
Hey, coach, doesn't it remind you when you were coaching at DePaul?
These guys, so our fans are into it. And then we have a group of fans. New Britain's, they call it the Steel City, the Hardware City. Stanley Tools is here. It's like blue collar here. So we get, even when I play, there's fans that still come from my playing days that are around, because they love hard-nosed, tough, blue-collar basketball. And that's what we try to do. So we get our local community, and we get, obviously our students. And then UConn being in town. Obviously, UConn is the state flagship school or whatever. But we get a UConn following just because I coached at UConn. Coach Dickerman coached at UConn. Coach Calhoun, come to a game every now and then. The academic advisor from UConn, some of the UConn people. Our brother played at UConn. His teammates will come to the games. So we get some of that little UConn crew too. So we get a good crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. Does Coach Hurley ever come to the game and heckle the officials?
No, Dad, man. No, I would love for him to come, but no, we don't get the big over here yet.
Yeah. All right, Sammy, let's get him going. Let's get him laughing a little bit, man.
All right, I love it. All right, Coach Sellers, LT is going to fire off 5 or 6 quick questions. We call it the shot clock. Could be one-word answers, could be a sentence, could be a short story, but the platform is going to be yours, whatever you want to make out of it. LT, let's get it.
I was just thinking of it. You played in the early 90s, so does that mean you played good defense because you had those tight, short shorts? You know what I'm talking about.
There's some pictures in here, like our former athletic director. He comes to a lot of games or whatever in practice. He brings some of the old school pictures. So there's some of the pictures of the tight shorts on that the guys make fun of me all the time. So you had to play in that era. You had to play tough defense because the shorts were so tight.
Yeah. You got that right. All right, so let's go soft and easy. One word to describe Central Connecticut State.
Blue collar.
Blue collar. Okay, 2 words. Obviously, a graduate of Central Connecticut State doesn't handle direction very well. Biggest miss.
Like I always say, I've coached at a lot of different places with other assistant coaches or whatever, and these guys went to this school and that school and that school. And I said, fellas, I went to the Mecca of academia, Central Connecticut. So I'm proud of it.
There you go. Still doesn't handle instruction well, but that's okay. Biggest misconception of NEC basketball.
People think NEC basketball is a really low level. A lot of people haven't seen us and put an eye on us for a long time, but we have some high level coaches in this league, and it's a really up tempo, fast paced league. So it's fun to watch.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. So you can't include Central Connecticut State. Favorite arena to coach in, not your own.
Favorite, say it again.
Favorite arena to coach in, not your own.
Favorite arena to coach in, not my own. You're talking about just the NEC?
No,
anywhere throughout your career that you've coached in.
Okay. Man, I've been a lot of different places. I would say West Virginia. Virginia, got the Mountaineer guy with the musket before the game. We warn all the players all the time. Before the starters, they're going to shoot the musket off. Don't get startled every time they shoot the musket. Everybody. It's crazy.
Yeah. Last time Buzz Williams did the 2-step there, I think the musketeer guy was ready to shoot him in the butt, but we won't go there. Funniest recruiting story. I mean, you've been known as an elite recruiter. Give me a funny recruiting story that's clean, obviously.
Oh.
Preferably. Or maybe not. Make it dirty.
Yeah. Funny recruiting story.
I mean, you were the associate head coach at UConn, so.
No, there's a lot of good stories. I'm just trying to think of. I guess you kind of said it's funny. So this kid named Roscoe Smith we recruited when I was at UConn.
Yeah, Roscoe, I remember that name.
Baltimore. So, Coach Calhoun's he's from South Boston. So Coach Calhoun's a tough guy, tough neighborhood, the whole 9 yards. So we drive up to Roscoe's house in Baltimore, and Roscoe's in a big time, tough, no nonsense area. And so we pull up, I get out of the car, and like literally it must be 5 or 6 guys that run over. Hey, coach. So I'm worried about Coach Calhoun, and they're like, Coach, hey, let me get an autograph. Let me get a picture. Next thing you know, Coach has the whole section of Roscoe Smith's town lined up. They're all taking pictures, and he's signing autographs and the whole thing. And Roscoe and his dad just watching the whole scenario. I'm like, we're going to get this kid. It was big time.
I love it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Who would you say fouls the most on your team?
Who fouls the most on our team?
Gets called on the fouls?
Called in
fouls,
games, not in practice.
Jaden Brown.
Yep. 2.1. Who fouls the most in your league as a team? Might want to know this.
Wagner.
Lemoyne, 19.4.
Wow.
Yeah. So get ready for some. And they're also, I find the people that foul the most are usually in the bottom of the conference. I've noticed that from doing.
Well, they usually get 3 or 4 fouls towards the end of the game if the games are close.
Well, that's why. But it's funny. The officials must really love you in the NEC because your team's only called 11 times a game on average.
Yeah, I think we're top in the country or second in the country behind Creighton. We don't foul much.
Yeah. Well, Greg McDermott knows how to work the officials. What would your spirit animal be?
Spirit animal? So there's no such thing as a blue devil. I guess it would be a pit bull.
Okay.
Ooh.
Like it.
Ooh.
We have a dog bowl game. We give out a dog bowl to the guy who's the dog of the game. So I'm always saying,
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. We're going to start giving the Chihuahua Award between Sam and I. All right, Coach, last question. If they made the Pat Sellers candle collection, what candle scent would best describe you?
Wow.
Never been asked that one.
Never been asked that one. Man, a candle scent that describes me? I don't know. Is there a scent for like just hard-nosed sweat?
There you go.
Dirty locker room.
Dirty locker room. I like it. That's that blue collar smell.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. You take it away, Sam.
Yeah, I love it, Coach. We appreciate coming on our coach's show. I'm going to turn it over to you the last minute of this episode. If there's anything you want to share to your fan base, students, as you guys kind of go into the conference tournament and cap off your season here. And it's all yours.
I just wanted to say to the Blue Devil fans, thank you for being a part of a great season and coming out, supporting our guys, getting us a lot of juice and energy. You've been a true six-man. We need you guys more than ever. And it starts tomorrow night, 7 o'clock versus Lemoyne. Looking forward to seeing you guys there.
Love it.
Coach, we really appreciate you. Just going to stick on for one more second. Sammy, another great episode. Check out Blue Devils basketball, not in North Carolina or Durham, in New Britain, Connecticut, as they take on the Lemoyne Dolphins in the NEC tournament. As I know Coach wants to dance and he likes to dance, so hopefully we'll be seeing him dance come in a couple weeks. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the Full Court Press College Basketball Coaches Show. We'll be back next week with another great show. And don't forget to check out College Basketball Weekly, powered by the Full Court Network.